Alrighty, folks, welcome back to to Personal Picks. We're back with some more Phoenix Wright, Spirit of Justice. And Aiden stuck me in a menu that I don't know how to get out of. Load. Right turnabout. Yeah. Oh. Also, the next background I have for the moon is weird.
Alright, so
For
I guess...
Paper Mario, I mean.
Nice. Alright, so I guess I'm gonna have to voice Mr. Anonymous until Josh gets here. Alright. That night, I was up on top of Mount Pony Pony, the mountain next to the inner sanctum. I felt trapped, so I climbed up there to pray in peace. I know it's a no, but since there was no one around, I used my binoculars to spy on the right of the inner sanctum. That's when I saw the accused stab the high priest with a dagger! There's no way you saw Miss Faye stab the victim with a dagger. I swear I don't know what he's talking about. Or don't remember at any rate.
Mount Pony Pony, a beautiful mountain that is also known as the Little Sanctum.
So do you know what that is? He's a fan.
They must be talking about the smaller poster, the smaller mountain from the poster. Smaller poster from the mountain.
Mr. Emus, I was wondering.
Saying that, all I'm thinking of is fire in the water! Why?
I did take a picture when I was playing Legends Arceus of my Quilava just fighting in water. I'm just like, what are you doing?
Yeah, the reason why the sentence is like that is because the Japanese player of I think she was playing Super Mario.
Oh yeah.
And she's like confused.
Yeah. What can I do you for?
The inner sanctum lies at a high elevation where clouds and fog can obscure the view. Are you sure you were able to see what happened from the mountaintop next to it? Good point.
His Majesty raises an excellent question. Well, Mr. Emus? On the day of the rite, there wasn't a cloud in the sky. I had a perfect view. If you don't believe me, check the weather forecast in the paper that day. Nick, don't we have the newspaper for that day? Yeah, let's take a look.
Area around the inner sanctum will enjoy calm, clear skies today. The warmer temperature will make for excellent prayer weather. Be warned, however, that we'll see a cold front move in overnight.
It does say calm, clear skies, doesn't it?
But forecasts are known to be wrong.
See? Told you so. In these games, treat it as absolute fact.
Until otherwise proven.
Yeah, until proven otherwise.
Misproven, yeah.
Well, it would appear the witness has offered testimony worth hearing.
Mr. Imbus, I too have a question for you.
Didn't he already question the witness? Well, that's what I'm here for, right? Shoot! Ah, I didn't mean literally, bro.
How is the accused holding the dagger? Was she holding it underhanded? Its blade protruding from the bottom of her hand.
Yep, I believe she was. It's called a reverse grip.
Ah, I thought as much.
Hold it! Hold it right there. What bearing does that have on this case?
Cease your interruptions, you putrid-headed lawyer. Do you not see the significance in how the blade was held?
Why don't you enlighten me, oh enlightened one?
I knew you were a fool. I can already picture you in your next to life.
Next life?
Yes, after your soul writhes for centuries in the pits of hell. You shall be reborn as a witless sea urchin, with barbs limited to your posterior. You shall live a short, inconsequential life, only to be brutally devoured by a sea otter.
That was a bit excessive. I simply asked what the dagger grip had to do with the case.
Now pay attention. How the accused held the dagger is of vital importance. With such information, we can infer exactly what actions she took. You were saying that the victim was killed while he had his back to the accused? Is that correct?
Yes?
As such, the accused's dagger grip tells us something very important. The accused approached the victim from behind, swung her arms around him, and plunged the dagger deep into his abdomen using a reverse grip.
What?
Why would they go through that much work?
Yeah, that seemed like it would be more effort.
Yeah. Thus, Mr. Emus's testimony clears up any doubts that might remain.
And it coincides with her benevolence's insights as well.
This is a disaster. I thought I'd blown those insights out of the water, but now they're back to haunt me.
Now then, the defense may cross-examine the witness.
Okay. Keep an eye out for one specific part of the testimony. That is something that you should be look out for.
Okay.
That night I was up on top of the mountain next to the inner sanctum. I hate crowds, so I climbed up there to pray in peace. Alright? I know it's a no-no, but since there was no one around, I used my binoculars to spy on the right at the inner sanctum. So he used it, Interesting.
Objection!
Whoa, whoa.
I did not mean to do that. I wanted to look at it.
Press A, not X.
I'm sorry.
You're going to get a game over just because of you pressing wrong button.
I'm sorry. So,
You press A.
They said it was clear during the day, but during the night?
Did it say anything specific about it being about him being at night though?
Yes.
Okay, but now here's the thing though. Does that contradict anything?
Yes.
All it said was a cold front.
Oh,
It only said there was a cold front.
okay.
I'll say this.
No, it's fine. I'll figure it out. Sorry, I'm stubborn.
No. I was just gonna give you a little bit more of a hint. No, I wasn't gonna tell you the answer. The contradiction you're looking for is a little more obvious.
He can't.
Why?
Because it has curtains on all sides and it's a higher peak.
So now what do you have that shows the curtain?
Objection!
Your Majesty, I had my doubts about this bushy-haired witness, and now I know we can't trust him.
Bushy bearded.
Bushy-bearded. Great big bushy beard. What? You ain't just judging me solely on my bodacious beard, are you? Not at all, Mr. Enos. It's quite luxurious. It's much more than your sketchy appearance. It's your sketchy testimony.
His testimony, you say?
Yes. Recall how the inner sanctum was that day. Specifically, that it was completely enclosed by the ritual curtain.
Why, yes, I believe you're right.
The curtain would have completely blocked the witness's view from Mount Pony Pony. Therefore, he couldn't
I didn't do anything.
possibly have seen the murder weapon. Sorry, I had a brain fart there for a second.
I'm going to actually chop that hopefully when I get a chance.
That's funny. I could just imagine Phoenix just... He couldn't possibly have seen the murder weapon. Are you alright, dude? My... Hoo-ha! Hoo-ha!
Donkey Kong!
Mr. Emus, have you been knowingly making false statements to this court?
Well,
Come on, I want to hear the whistling.
He's not... You got me! The witness will lower his voice! I didn't actually see the accused herself.
And why are you
Didn't
here?
actually see the accused herself? What's that supposed to mean? Let me set the record straight, I beg you. This frickin' guy. Amended. I saw their shadowy silhouettes projected against the ritual curtain. The figures were created by the light of the full moon on that clear and still night. She was just a shadow, but I could tell it was the accused reverse gripping that dagger. Reverse, reverse, slide to the left. Shadows. That's what you saw? That's right. I could see what was going on by the shadows projected onto the ritual curtain.
In the future, Mr. Emus, I would rather you offer up accurate testimony from the start.
Forgive me, my main man, Mr. Magistrate. Chalk it up to my fuzzy memory.
Though he saw but shadows, it is valuable. It is still valuable testimony.
Is it now?
You have to be kidding me. What are we going to do now, Nick?
All I could think of is to look for inconsistencies between the actual Wright and what Mr. Emus says he saw. Now then, the defense may cross-examine the witness once more. Okay. Second verse, same as the first. There is one statement to look at. I remember when I played this the first time, figuring out this one specifically made me feel really smart. How could the moon have created a shadow
I know.
if it was directly above?
And it wouldn't be the torches because they're on all sides of them.
And the light probably wouldn't have been that great to leave shadows.
No, it wouldn't.
Yeah. So yeah, if the moon was off to the side, then yes. But if it's directly above, it wouldn't.
Objection!
At least not in the way that he's implying. You saw silhouettes projected by the moonlight? Sorry, but that's just not possible. What do you mean? It's not possible that it was totally possible. That's impossible. I think I'm going to need a logic ease translation on that.
Logical lees.
Logical ease. Let's take a look at this right sky, shall we, Mr. Emus? The right is held when the moon is directly over the summit at Mount Pony Pony. So if the moon was shining from the west, any shadows would have been casted eastward. But Mr. Emus was standing to the west of the inner sanctum on Mount Pony Pony. Oh, holy mother! It's the Holy Father! That's right, our witness here couldn't have seen any shadowy figures on that curtain. No way! Perhaps it was the sacred flames of the lanterns that cast the shadows he saw?
They have the torches are on all sides. It wouldn't cast a shadow, or at least a strong enough one.
I'm afraid not. I inspected them during my investigation, but the flames were too small to cast the crisp, distinct figures Mr. Emus claims to have seen. But I did see those silhouettes, really. But how could he, Nick? Maybe he was someplace where they were visible. Wait, don't tell me. Your Majesty, if Mr. Emus really did see those shadows, it brings a brand new fact to light. And that would be? The brand new fact that comes to light if Mr. Emus really did see those shadows is...
He was somewhere else.
He wasn't where he claims to be at the time of the murder. Oh? Then where do you propose the witness was? Someplace where he could have seen the shadow figures, naturally. Wait, you mean... None of the mountains east of the inner sanctum are close enough for a good view. That leaves only one place he could have clearly seen the shadows from. And where might that be?
This is where Mr. Emus was at the time of the murder. Mr. Emus was at the inner sanctum, just outside the curtain on the east side. That's the only place from which he could have seen the shadowy figures. Hoo-ha!
Oh, I didn't mean to skip that.
Really? Wow, I didn't even think of that.
How do I...
Why?
No, wrong button!
He just said...
Okay.
He just went...
Yeah. But wasn't the inner sanctum off limits to all but the victim and the accused?
And the third party who was there. I get the feeling that's a subject Prosecutor Sadnati would rather not touch with.
Oh, you mean...
That's right. This witness was at the scene of the crime, which means he is the mysterious third party we saw during the divination sequence. He could be the one who dressed as Lady Kira and killed the High Priest.
Okay. It changes the text as soon as I press A to move on to the text.
I would say wait until you see the arrow before you press
Yeah, I don't like it.
Whoa, what?
Objection! No one but the two participants were allowed anywhere near the inner sanctum. And the only way up there are the stairs that start down at the Plaza of Devotion. So tell me, how do you propose the witness entered that sacred space?
Oh, you must have, got that far ahead. The sanctum has sheer cliffs on three sides of a steep, towering rock face on the other, with A and A. Blah, 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 blah. No one could have made it there by climbing the faces of those cliffs.
Who said he had to climb?
His Majesty speaks true. I already know what it is.
Yeah, who said he had to climb?
I called it a long time ago.
Yeah, exactly.
To say Mr. Emus was at such an inaccessible location is but a bit to tarnish his credibility. Is that not right?
Right, I wasn't at the inner sanctum. No sir, no how. He's pretty sure, was it?
Hold it!
Then what about those silhouettes you claim to have seen? I'm starting to think I've been imagining things.
What?
This is insane. The fact
I knew we couldn't trust that lawyer! He's trying to front the witness!
you mean the guy who's imagining shit?
Peace, I say.
This is impossible. Unless I can show how he got to the inner sanctum. It just looks like I'm trying to slander Mr. Enos. I'm eating you, Nick. Rah, rah, shishmoompa, fight, Phoenix Wright.
Just look at the accused. Has she no shame?
What's your problem, lady? Phoenix Wright is very trustworthy, I'll have you know.
She's got some nerve for the criminal. I bet that lawyer poisoned her mind.
No, the burgers did that. Please, Maya, you're only making it worse. I appreciate the vote of confidence, but it's probably best you keep it to yourself.
I would advise the defense to think carefully before making any more sudden outbursts.
Yes, Your Majesty. If I wasn't the bad guy before, I definitely am now. And I'm not even a furry.
What?
The bad guys?
Oh, yeah.
They're animals. And that's why I'm saying if he was an animal, he said if I wasn't the bad guy.
I don't get the reference.
Do you not know what the bad guys are? It is a DreamWorks movie about animal criminals.
Oh, I heard about it, but I haven't seen it.
It's good. You should watch it.
Alright.
Very.
Now, Mr. Emus, I would like you to think back carefully before you testify next about where you were that night.
I wasn't at the inner sanctum.
Uh-huh.
I was never at the inner sanctum, I tell you. That much I'm sure of, even with the fuzzy memory. Besides, it would have been impossible to get there in the first place. Boy, you lawyers sure are scary. Well, I know a few that are scarier than Phoenix, but...
You know, like the one he's dressed up as.
yeah. Well, lawyer is a strong word on that.
Yeah.
I guess it might have been impossible for him to get to the Inner Sanctum like he claims, but...
Now, will you desist in trying to frame this innocent witness?
Yeah, I'd like to see you explain how he got...
Mr. Wright, is it not time to end these cross-examinations? I mean, the Shaggy guy and the guy who's voiced like Shaggy in the audience is very vocal right now.
A moment of desperation leads to 100 million years of torment. It means that for each moment a sinner spends struggling to deny their sins, 100 million years of torment are added that are time in hell.
Pyrrhonism is the strictest religion ever.
And just so you know, you've already accrued 200 million extra years.
Plus the 5 they started with, that's 700 million years of torment! Sure, what's another 200 million, give or take? Well, it's a big deal to me! I can't keep saying that the witness was there at the Inner Sanctum. I can't prove it. The problem is, how am I going to do that?
Well, I have one thing.
Well,
I don't think it's the... I don't think it's the what's the word? The... Not clue, what's the term? Proof that I need at this time.
yeah. So, third verse, same as the other two, except you have to do one extra step.
Press it.
I was never at the Inner Sanctum. That much I'm sure of. Besides, it would be impossible to get there in the first place.
Hold it!
I wonder if it really was impossible for you to get to the Inner Sanctum.
If you have something to say, just say it.
Couldn't there have been another way to get there? A way that wouldn't attract attention? No, there isn't. Which means there is.
Perhaps the defense would share its theory with us?
I don't even have a wild guess, let alone a theory, though. Time to reach into my bag of bluffs. To reach the Inner Sanctum without attracting any attention, he climbed up the cliff, he came from the closet, he fell from the sky. Maybe you fell from the sky? A lawyer thinks he's a comedian now.
I was wondering what that crazy theory you would propose next. Well, defense, let's hear it.
Mr. Emus could have, parachuted down? We already know the weather was clear, and there was no wind to speak of. Perfect weather for skydiving, I'd say. I mean, that's a fair point.
Now that you've been backed into a corner, your delusions grow ever more delusional.
Bruh, I cross-examined a parrot. This is nothing.
The Inner Sanctum is on a tiny ledge upon the sheer cliff over 2,000 meters tall. One misstep, and a skydiver would soon find themselves in the Twilight Realm.
Well, what if he was no ordinary skydiver? What if he was, oh, I don't know, a paratrooper? Who's used to this shit? Yeah, I don't know how still the wind was.
I don't care.
I don't care how still the wind was. I don't know, I don't care. Whatever. Don't know, don't care. How's that? Even I couldn't have made that jump. Wait, what's this building on top of the Sacred Mountain?
That is the Royal Penitentiary, number 4.
Oh, right. Princess Rafa mentioned there was a prison up there. How did you get your prisoners up there anyway?
By helicopter. But only with authorization from the Minister of Justice. He's the only one who can approve flights that pass over the Inner Sanctum. Might I also add, defense, that no parachute or any other equipment necessary for skydiving have been found.
Are you sure about that? Are you saying I flew down there by flapping my arms? I'm not Yoshi. I wish I wish I was. That guy's rad. That guy's awesome. I may be an incredible dude, but even I'm not capable of that.
Nayuta, that quote can be explained for life, so try again. I don't get it.
It was a while back.
Yeah, I think so, sorry.
We might have misread it. Sorry. Sorry. We're too caught up in the game. Oh, please add that statement to your testimony, Mr. Enos. It's not like it can fly through the air, either.
Press it again, or actually throw the evidence
You
out?
are going to throw evidence at him this time? Because, well, they said that no parachute was found there, but what if it was something that looked like a parachute?
Objection!
Exactly.
Screw you! I already knew this shit!
Yeah, exactly, right? You predicted it long before that, but then again, it's not like the clues are, like, so obscure that you can't figure it out.
Kettle, meat pot.
Yeah, exactly. It's one of those things where it's like, I love these kind of mysteries where the mystery isn't super duper hard to solve, but at least it makes it all the evidence clear that you can figure it out before that part actually happens.
Yeah.
Mr. Enos is right. He couldn't have skydived down there without any gear. Well now, finally come around at me. Now you see that I couldn't have possibly been there at the Inner Sanctum? Right. If you didn't have any gear, that is. Ooh, what on earth are you talking about, bro? That overreaction is a dead giveaway that I'm on the right track. Take a look at this piece of evidence.
Take a look at this graph.
Look at this graph. Those are prayer flags, are they not? Yes, but they have been sewn together to create one big banner. A banner that could also function like a parachute.
Oh, Kumka!
Pokemon.
Everybody, Pokemon!
I'm glad that you got what I was going with that. The people of Kurine are so used to seeing prayer flags.
A moment of desperation leads to 100 million years of torment. You know that quote can be explained for life, so try again.
Yeah, it's true. That the police didn't even think twice about these flags during their investigation.
No, this cannot be.
The witness landed at the Inner Sanctum by using these prayer flags as a parachute. Is that not right, Mr. Enos? There's no way out. I'm surrounded. Mr. Enos? All this talk's jogged my memory. I guess I was there at the Inner Sanctum after all. As I suspected, there were 3 people there that night. You did it, Nick. You weren't wrong after all. Thanks. Mr. Enos, you were the one disguised as Lady Kira that night, weren't you? What? No way, no how. It's like this. Oh yeah. I was only there at the Inner Sanctum by accident. By accident? Exactly. And that thing's not a parachute. It's a homemade paraglider. A paraglider? Are you telling me you can fly using that patchwork mess of material? It may not look like much, but it's as sturdy as can be. I rode the wind like an eagle, going higher and higher with it from my earthly launching point. But then something happened that forced me to land at the Inner Sanctum. So you just happened to land there? You expect me to believe that?
Now, please calm yourself, Mr. Enos. However, the fact that the witness was at the Inner Sanctum is crucial testimony indeed, and it certainly warrants further explication. Therefore, let's continue with more testimony. More testimony! More! I'm just reminded of Phoenix Wright's like special moves. More evidence! Papers!
That evening, I was enjoying a trek through the night sky with my homemade paraglider. But just as Mount Pony was drawing near, something terrible happened. It forced me to make an emergency landing at the Inner Sanctum. As I landed, I banged my head, causing me to lose my memory. So you see, I ended up at the Inner Sanctum purely by accident.
Mr. Enos, you failed to mention any of this during your pre-trial questioning.
Can't be helped. I mean, I'm just remembering it now.
Continue such slipshod testimony, and you will be cast into the hell of hangnails. Where you shall have hangnails grown and ripped out for 800 million years.
You're just making this shit up as you go, aren't you?
This sounds like the shit that frigging Usopp says as an attack in One Piece.
Yeah, right. Nami, don't listen to me when I'm talking!
Imagine yourself getting paper cuts underneath your fingernails!
Yeah. Definitely sounds like he's making it up as he goes. Hoo-ha! I think I'll pass on that. Looks like that caught Prosecutor Sagnati off guard. This is my chance to rip his case to shreds. Now, if only I could have faked evidence.
Dated autopsy report!
No. That's my best friend's main strategy. Okay. That evening, the fourth verse, same as the third verse.
Yeah, I know. Press something, then do the thing.
Yeah.
Hold it!
Just figuring out which one to
Nope, that's the right thing to do. I mean, honestly, you would have figured it out. If I said you have to press a statement, then odds are you could have just pressed all of them. And
Well, no, I wasn't sure if it was the second one or the third one because, like, it's talking about something he's not going into detail.
Yeah, exactly. You wanted more detail. What exactly was this accident you had? Good question. Now what was it again? Wind? Oh yeah, it's the wind.
You yourself, by your own admission, said it was a clear sky with no weather.
Yeah, you're making this shit up as you go. And not just any wind, but a sudden gale force wind made me lose control. The wind was strong enough to make you lose control? You got that right. Okay then, please add that to your testimony. My God. Gale force winds came out of nowhere, so I made an emergency landing at the sanctum.
Objection!
We have a saying in my country, Mr. Emus. From one lie sprouts another. Huh? What's that supposed to mean? I don't speak English.
I speak no English?
I speak Pyrenees. It means someone caught lying will lie again in an attempt to conceal their first lie. In other words, this kind of testimony is just a blatant lie you're telling to cover your tracks. What did you just say? You claim gale force winds cause you to lose control. But this newspaper has the weather report from the day of the murder. It says the area around the inner sanctum will enjoy calm, clear skies today. Bullputa! Why, I do believe it does say that. From one lie sprouts another. Makes sense, but is it really the same back home? I've never heard of it. Yeah, I kind of made that one up.
I've heard of it.
I think it's kind of like a rewording of lies beget more lies.
Yeah.
For real? For real?
Really?
Wow, okay, so Maya channeled her inner Ryuji on that one. For real? Your Majesty, the witness's testimony contains another flaw. One that's even more fatal than to his cause. More fatal, you say? The defense will explain himself at once. What did his testimony kill this time? Mr. Emus claims he was flying up around the inner sanctum with his paraglider. But it would have been impossible to get all the way up there without any wind. Why, yes, I believe you're right. But we know the witness was at the inner sanctum, so... Mr. Emus, how did you get there? And from where?
It's kind of obvious. Sorry.
Without any wind, you couldn't have flown up there from the bottom of the mountain. By process of elimination, the only starting point that makes any sense is... Your Majesty, I believe we have the answer to your question. I have the answer to your question. To reach the inner sanctum, Mr. Emus must have launched himself from here.
Take that!
Hoo-ha! Are you insane? That's where he came from? If he couldn't have come from below, the only other option is from above. So you see, Anon Emus came down from Royal Penitentiary number 4. From there, he could have easily reached the inner sanctum by parachute. And that means he might have also killed the High Priest. What? Mr. Enos, were you the third party at the Inner Sanctum? And the one behind the warning to halt the Wright that the victim received? Was it you he saw in his final memory? Are you the rebel hunter Lady Kira? Hooah! I love this guy. The way that I've seen people describe him is a more competent Dan Hibiki. Which, honestly, when we get to his character later on, they're not wrong. Hey, Mr. Prosecutor, sir, help me out here. You did it. You finally left him speechless. Hey, aw, come on, Mr. Prosecutor, man.
Quiet, you fool. You should use this time to prepare yourself for what is to come. For a fate far worse than hangnail hell awaits you now. Well done, defense. I must concede this point to you. The witness did, in fact, descend to the inner sanctum from Royal Penitentiary number 4.
Huh? He didn't even put up a fight this time.
Because he already knew it.
That's awfully generous of him.
But if you are as perceptive as you seem, then surely you've already figured out the riddle. The riddle of Anonymous's true identity.
Oh, his true identity? Not sure I know quite yet, but I guess I'll have to answer with something.
It would seem I am the only one still in the dark here. Would the defense care to enlighten me? Who is this man we've been calling Anonymous?
I can't clare to enlighten you.
The witness's true identity is... Is this really him?
Only now do you realize the truth. Well, please do share with us your belated insight.
What's wrong, Nick? Why are you holding back? Because this isn't going to be very helpful to our case. Really? Are you sure? Fortunately, I've got no other choice.
Why wouldn't it be helpful?
Because they're claiming he's an escaped convict and a rebel? Why would a rebel kill a rebel?
That's the thing. It's a rebel killing...
We're claiming that this rebel is the undercover rebel hunter? Why would the rebel kill a member of his own clan? Of his own team?
Maybe it's not that same character, and it's just the clothing that Maya was about to put on instead. Because we think that the rebel hunter is using a copy of the outfit anyway.
But we're still claiming that this man, that's Arbol, who is a rebel, is disguising himself as a rebel hunter to kill other rebels. That accusation is, on the face of it, ludicrous.
Yeah, but that's the problem with this whole charade to begin with. They're assuming that the person who killed him was using the rebel outfit when we know that that outfit has been in storage and not available to the rebel hunter to begin with. Meaning they would have had to make a copy of it.
He is a rebel. He could have stolen it.
Then how come they didn't talk about it being stolen or missing? That's my point.
Probably because they don't know, they can't confirm that he was the one that stole it.
I don't know. Anyway, we'll find out.
Basically, this whole thing is the fact that he's a rebel killing a rebel. That kind of throws our whole argument out to lunch.
Yeah.
That scruffy beard and shaggy mane completely threw me off. But it's all becoming clear now. The nighttime BASE jump from this mountaintop prison.
Everybody just calls it a base jump.
Base. BASE. But Phoenix, come on, it's Phoenix. Phoenix, I feel like he would be that guy.
No.
BASE. Base jump. I did it. The precision landing at the inner sanctum using only a homemade parachute. Only a paratrooper, or more precisely, a former paratrooper, could have pulled that off. This witness is Dats Arbor, prison escapee and key member of Dirk's rebel group. What? Also, yeah, that's right. Dats Arbor was Dirk's second in command, too. The witness is an escaped prisoner?
Precisely. The police have been scouring every corner of the city to no avail. Meanwhile, here he was under our noses the entire time.
Hooah! Didn't think anyone would see through my clever disguise.
But the witness's charade is not all that it has been shattered. Is it, defense?
Boy, do I hate this guy.
Please recall the defense's own words.
Whoever sent it clearly meant to threaten the High Priest. The letter said, do not perform the rite. But the rite went on as scheduled. I believe that is why the High Priest was murdered.
Who do you suppose sent that letter?
A person with something to hide. The rebel hunter disguised as Lady Kira herself.
He claimed that the real killer was the rebel hunter disguised as Lady Kira.
Yeah, and what's your point?
What of the witness's true identity?
Only a paratrooper, or more precisely, a former paratrooper, could have pulled that off. This witness is Dats Arbor, prison escapee and key member of Dirk's rebel group. I'm surprised that part wasn't highlighted. Oh no!
He is a rebel and an escaped prisoner. He could not possibly have been Lady Kira, mortal enemy of the rebels.
No!
Now, perhaps the witness will enlighten us to the truth. After all, he has yet to refute any of this.
Hoo-ha! You got me. I'm the razor-sharp fangs of the Defiant Dragons. That's Arbor. Take that stupid brain mane off now, please.
Yeah, have a shave, bro. When did you get your memory back?
Oh, around the time you guys were talking about there being no wind. But you gotta give you credit for making up all the testimony off the top of my head. Are you prepared to tell us the truth now? Well, it's true I parachuted down to the inner sanctum. But I banged my head on impact and ended up unconscious outside the ritual curtain. In short, all my eyewitness testimony was a big fat lie! A big fat lie? Oh, and by the way, long time no see, QT.
That's gonna be unpacked later.
Wait, they know each other?
Your Majesty. This filthy rebel belongs in a jail cell.
Oh, yes, of course. Balin, seize him at once.
Seems you really have forgotten the will of the dragon, huh, QT? But I haven't, and no dogs of the Garan regime are gonna lay a finger on me. Alley-oop!
He literally just whooped his way out of there.
Deploy all available resources. I want all units placed on high alert.
The escaped prisoner escaped again.
The police force has been placed on high alert. He will be caught before long.
An escaped prisoner who's escaped the law again after giving a ton of false testimony. Talk about a troublemaker. He really pulled a number on all of us. What's the point of all that anyway?
Well, I can't help but feel that entire episode was an enormous waste of time.
Your Majesty, perhaps it was not as great a waste as you might believe.
What makes you say that, Prosecutor Sunlight?
Dots Arbo dropped something as he made his escape from these halls. The dagger. Oh.
That scrap of paper looks awfully familiar.
These appear to be direct orders from Dirk.
From Dirk, the rebel leader? Oh, but we only have a small corner of it.
Wait, I remember now. Your Majesty, I've seen that scrap of paper before.
You have?
That scrap of paper Dats Arbel dropped is a part of this.
Oh, wait. Is it part of that?
The part that was cut out is the exact same size as the bloodstain.
Weird.
Take that!
And this is?
I found it at the scene of the crime. It appears to be a copy of the order that Mr. Arbel dropped. If we put the two together, we should be able to read what the order says.
Oh my. And just what does it say, Mr. Wright?
I don't know. I don't read Pyrenees.
I can't read Pyrenees.
Ah. Prosecutor Sedmati, if you please.
The ignorant lawyer has not bothered to learn our language? Very well, then. I do not understand.
Well, what does it say? I can't read.
I can't read
I
this.
can't read.
Using the lamplights as a landmark, he was to parachute down to the inner sanctum. Upon the rite's completion, he was to don Lady Kira's robes and make his escape.
What? That is how he was to escape from prison? So, if I were to assume that Mr. Arbel was the one who killed the High Priest, then maybe it was because Abba Inmi tried to thwart his escape plan.
Oh, foul lawyer. I'm afraid that is simply ludicrous.
Huh? I didn't even say anything. Did you just read my mind?
I know how your putrid mind works. Unfortunately for you, however, now that the rebels' escape plan has been revealed, it is clear that Dats Arbel is not the High Priest's killer.
I mean, that's fair point, actually. How can you be so sure? Why are you assuming that Abba Inmi was trying to thwart his escape plan? Maybe he was in on it and was trying to get him out.
If only you would use that putrid brain of yours every once in a while. Dats Arbel's plan could not have worked without the help of a certain individual.
What do you mean?
I am speaking of Abbot Inmi, of course. Had Dats Arbel simply donned Lady Kira's robes and made his escape alone, he would have been far too conspicuous. But were he, by the light of the by the High Priest's side, the faithful citizens praying in the plaza would have had no cause to suspect anything. It is, therefore, unthinkable that Dats Arbel was the High Priest's killer.
Ugh.
So then you're saying the High Priest was a... Oh, I cannot bear to say it.
I am afraid it is so. He numbered among the rebels who threaten our kingdom.
How could this be?
Well,
The High Priest? A rebel?
that must be some kind of mistake!
Talk to them!
Let it go and move on. Accept the truth, it is the only way. And that goes double for you, defense. I mean, we're the ones who stated that to begin with, that he
Yeah.
was a rebel.
Yeah, but at the same time, that basically threw the thing back onto Maya now, and we have no way to refute it.
Cease your futile battle now. You
And
will
why
be
should-
assimilated.
What are you, the Borg now?
Yes.
How do you know what the Borg are? Oh. I see your point.
Because I will now put the final nail in the coffin of the accused. Now that we have eliminated Dat's Arvel from our list of suspects, there's only one person that still remains the accused, Maya Fey.
Hold it!
Hold it right there. Aren't you forgetting something important? Something important? Please do explain, defense. We can't end this trial without looking into...
The murder weapon.
No, because the murder weapon was the dagger.
Yeah, but if he was dressed in the clothes and had the dagger, why was it used as a murder weapon to begin with?
Because it was a part of Lady Kira's thing. That's not the part in question.
All right, fine.
You are on the right track, though. If not the murder weapon, then the person who used it, maybe.
Okay.
Because we still haven't established the third party yet. Because remember, he claims that he bumped his head and fell unconscious, but that third party was still there. I'm talking about the true identity of the Lady Kira we saw in the seance vision.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Because somebody was dressed as Lady Kira.
Yeah. If that wasn't Dat's Arble, then who was it?
Objection!
That matter has already been resolved.
It has. What's he talking about?
It is as if as I have maintained from the start. There was no third party in the seance vision.
Objection!
But there was another Lady Kira there besides Maya Fey. We all saw her.
Sakura!
What the? I can't do my finger point.
Satura ima o mandomo samashi de tashi no ketare gase
What
o
did you say about
soroka!
my mother? Yeah. Tiger. I mean, what?
Partner, Daddy.
Oh wait, no, I'm not with Edward. Never mind.
It's time to let it go and move on. Your fate has already been sealed, much like your arm.
This hardly seems fair. Dude, you've been whipped. I don't want to hear it.
Phoenix, you have another arm.
You've been whipped and you've been sliced at by a katana. I don't want to hear it.
It is quite simple once you consider where the victim and the accused were at the time. If the victim was near the spring with his back to the accused, what would he see ahead? Besides the water itself, there is nothing but the Warbod statue. Oh, wait, no, I read your line.
That's fine. Keep going.
Precisely. The Lady Kira we saw in the seance is the Warbod statue draped in her sacred robes.
No way!
The accused wanted the false Lady Kira to appear in the seance vision. Before she came from behind and stabbed the victim with a dagger in a reverse grip. That's... I just want to state for the record, this is way more outlandish than the statements we've been throwing.
Also, because like in doing it this way, she would risk plunging the knife into herself at the same time.
That too.
But why would the accused want to do something to create a false Lady Kira?
To show it to the victim as he was being slain.
And what reason would the accused have to fool a victim she was about to kill?
Because we have seance visions. Duh. It was not the victim she was trying to fool. It was this very court itself.
Come again?
Suspicion would not fall on the accused if it looked as if another Lady Kira was there. And the defense was foolish enough to fall for it and claim it was a third party in disguise.
Are Are you saying...
I am. It was all a cleverly wicked scheme perpetrated by the accused. A scheme in which she sought to use the seance vision to mislead us.
I mean, you gotta give them credit for that. Like, if they were able to use the divination seance as like a means to trick people, that would be pretty clever. This can't be happening.
What a face you are making, Defense. I'm surprised that you are taking this so hard. After all, did I not clearly state a while back that you were chasing after naught but a deluded fantasy?
You are chasing a deluded fantasy. See? I did say that.
Something has occurred to me, you see. And your allegations of a third party are but a deluded fantasy.
See? I did say that. You're telling me he knew this was how he would turn out all the way back then? And that he was just waiting for the most effective moment to spring it on me? I'm sorry, but Edgeworth has pulled this shit numerous times.
Yeah, so has,
So has Von Karma. So has Von Karma. So has Godot. So has Blackwell.
Yeah, Blackwell especially, because he likes to play mind games.
Yeah, Blackwell likes to psychologically with people.
Yeah. He, like, waits till they're the most confident and just go, and I'm cutting you down like
He
a samurai."
basically does Jedi mind tricks on people.
Do you understand now? I've had you dancing in the palm of my hand this entire time.
So what you're saying is with the record selection and the mirror's reflection, I've been dancing with myself?
Dancing in myself.
This is an outrage! You took our royal priestess's sacred divination seance and used it to commit this most foul and despicable murder!
No, I did nothing of the sort. Maya. Nick, it's not true. I didn't.
Objection! Cease this ugly display. Your fate is sealed now that the facts have been exposed. Your Majesty, the time has come to convict this criminal who only seeks to taint this sacred hall.
Indeed. It seems this trial is over.
Hold it!
Does the defense wish to offer up yet another counter-argument or something?
The accused is not the killer. And, here's why. Now what do? I've got nothing.
It would appear the defense has run out of arguments to make.
I'm not for sure that rebel was the killer. The only person with a possible motive, the one dressed as Lady Kira, has vanished. And I've got nothing to use except against Prosecutor Sabmati's argument.
I do.
What?
Well, if the Lady Kira didn't run towards him and he ran towards Lady Kira, right? And we heard that as admissible proof that he was the one running towards Lady Kira. And they established that Lady Kira is the clothing draped on top of the statue. What did he just run into?
He ran into the Warbat statue.
And it has a dagger-like protrusion out the front. Meaning he killed himself.
But that's the thing, though. Do we have enough proof to... Do we have what we can to prove that, though?
No, but we still have proof that he ran towards the statue.
Yeah, it still is... There's still far too many unknowns, but at the same time...
Yeah. It lines up with what we know.
Yeah, exactly. Damn it! I can't lose now. Not like this.
Very well then. I shall now render my verdict.
Wait! Please wait, I'm begging you!
It is time to let it go and move on for your final time.
This trial need not be drawn out any longer. The defense has failed to counter the charge filed by the prosecution. In accordance with the law, I invoke the Defense Culpability Act against the defense. Now then, this court finds the accused, Maya Fey, and the defense, Phoenix Wright,
Bruh, I'm dead!
Bong. Bong.
Ah! Long live the king! Yeah. Alright, come on.
Your Majesty, please forgive the interruption, but... What is the meaning of this?
A body has been found! In the Plaza of Devotion, Your Majesty!
Oh. What's this?
A body? What happened now?
And we found this sticking out of the victim. Why, that's Lady Kira's warpath tag.
Lady Kira, she has returned from the Twilight Realm once more!
She's come to defeat the rebels!
Peace.
Well, it would seem the dagger that was once lost has now been found.
I have one more thing to report, Prosecutor Sadmati.
Yes?
This dagger.
Does not have the blood on
It bears the fingerprints of Maya Fey on it.
Oh, that's even worse. That's even worse.
Wait, what? Why would Maya's prints be on it?
I cannot believe it yet. It must be true.
Is something the matter, Prosecutor Sadmati?
This trial has run its course and the accused's guilt has been firmly established. However, it would seem the defense was right about one thing.
I was?
You claim that the murder at the inner sanctum had been carried out by the rebel hunter masquerading as Lady Kira.
I did say something to that effect, but what of it?
Prosecutor Sadmati, are you suggesting what I think you are?
I believe the true identity of the rebel hunter who has been masquerading as Lady Kira is none other than the accused Miss Maya Fey.
What? Me? What? Oh my goodness!
I realize how shocking this must seem. Looking back, however, I now realize there was much that was pointed to this fact. The rebel hunting Lady Kira was first sighted about 2 years ago. And the accused first came to our kingdom 2 years ago as well.
Why, the timing matches perfectly.
But there was more.
But wait, there's more.
That warning letter was found in the High Priest's bedroom 3 days before the rite. Despite his house being locked up tight that night.
Objection!
How does that prove anything?
Objection!
Either the body is this rebel, or this rebel hunter, or she's been channeling without knowing.
Sleep channeling, you mean?
Yeah.
That would be a fun way to discover something, wouldn't it? Sleep channeling. It's like Timmy Turner making sleep wishes.
And because all she's been hearing about the entire time she's been here is Lady Kira.
Maybe. That's interesting. That would be interesting.
It is difficult to believe an intruder could have found a way to enter such a secure house. However, the accused was known to come and go freely there. Mainly to prepare for the purification rite.
Ah. Abbot Inley was an important figure with a ton of duties, including training acolytes. He was really kind, even to a foreigner like me. He even invited me over to his house whenever I was between training sessions.
The accused could have easily left the house, unlocked for herself, without anyone noticing.
No!
If we assume that the accused was Lady Kira, that more than establishes her motive for killing the High Priest.
Yes, the victim was secretly an insurgent, bent on helping Dat's Arble escape after.
Precisely. That made him a target of Lady Kira's wrath. Wait, if she killed an insurgent, why are you trying to put us to death?
Because it's still a murder. Even if it's a rebel, murder is murder.
I suppose it's just the way they react to anybody who is against the church and state seems like they would welcome somebody like that.
There's also the fact that the person, despite only just finding out that he was a rebel, he was a really well-renowned person that everybody loved.
Go fry profit.
And after killing the High Priest, she then unleashed her divine justice on another rebel.
Go fry profit.
That's assuming you know that's another rebel. So it seems the scope of this case has expanded. We now have 2 murders perpetrated by Miss Maya Fey, masquerading as Lady Kira. Prove it.
Well, yeah. If Miss Fey is indeed a serial killer, it would affect the severity of her punishment. She's already getting put to death! What the hell? How is this worse?
In death she shall suffer more.
It seems like
Okay, then put us to death already.
it seems like you're doing this just to give us a chance to redeem ourselves.
Yeah.
In light of this, I believe the second murder must be investigated before we can proceed.
As you wish, Your Majesty.
This feels unnecessary.
Maya Fey, I hereby charge you with the second murder. May your defiled soul feel the weight of your sins. They're trying to bore us to death, right?
A new murder charge on top of a guilty verdict?
It seems the defense will live to see one more day. Talk about hanging on by a thread.
Guess I could die another day.
Bruh, you're literally charging us with murder, unnecessarily. We're already guilty. You're already getting put to death.
Alright, cool. Give us a chance.
So
Let's go.
So I'm sorry, are you charging us with another murder to ultra kill us? I don't get it.
Ultra
I don't get it.
Come tomorrow. A far more terrible punishment awaits you.
This feels like
It's murder!
this is like Von Karma levels of no, let him cook. I want him to get into his full potential so that I can put him down as the strongest. So I can
No, that's
show him.
Goku.
Yes, but also Von Karma did that too. She flew a little too close to the sun on a
Yeah.
few occasions. I hereby suspend these proceedings so that the second murder may be investigated.
No, Death 2 involves fighting knockoff Doomslayer. No. See, it's super perfect death.
Yeah, it's
Until the conclusion of this new investigation, this court is adjourned.
they're literally just giving us a chance to clear our name. I don't understand. We're already guilty, and it's the death penalty. What more do you want?
I mean, we'll take it, but you guys are stupid.
Yeah, you guys are like, I don't understand. You're literally doing that one. I forget there was a mechanic in an old Street Fighter game where you could it was Mortal Kombat where you could mercy them, give them back their health after you win, so that you could perform a specific thing if you killed them again. You're literally giving them a chance to redeem themselves just so that you can embarrass them.
Oh, what was the move then? I forgot what it's called.
I was the Babalities.
Oh, yeah, Babe Alley.
But it's just like, you're giving me a chance to kill you. Okay. You are stupid.
What Faye?
What prompted the going to trial again?
There was another dead body that had the murder weapon inside the person, and it bared Maya's fingerprints.
They want to charge her on a second count of murder, so they want to punish her
What?
worse than death.
But she's been held in captivity.
They're claiming that...
She did 2 2 killings that day.
She basically did a killing
Oh,
and then a
she-
drive-by killing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go use the washroom, but you can. I've got the walk through it for you.
I might not need it.
That's fine.
What do I do now? Can't believe Maya and I were actually found guilty. This trial need not be drawn out any longer. The defense has failed to counter the charge filed by the prosecution. In accordance with the law, I invoke the Defense Culpability Act against the defense. Now then, this court finds the accused Maya Fey and the defense Phoenix Wright guilty. Phoenix suddenly turned into a rabbit.
Mr. Wright!
Albie!
I saw the whole trial. What's gonna happen to Miss Maya now?
I'm worried about that too. But right now, I have one more thing to report, Prosecutor Sudmuddy. Yes? This dagger. It bears the fingerprints of Maya Fey on it. Right now, I need to focus on the next trial.
The murder of Acolyte Zealot, right?
At least the jury's still out on that one, so to speak. The 2 murders are most likely connected. If I can get to the bottom of Acolyte Zealot's murderer, it might give me the ammunition I need to overturn Maya's guilty verdict.
Let me help you investigate. I want to assist you any way I can.
I appreciate it, Albie, but we're talking about a murder.
Yeah, but it's going to be hard for a foreigner to investigate this on his own.
You have a point there. I wish I knew what to do.
Hey, isn't that your benevolence? Not. Princess Rafa?
Huh? Oh, it is you again. The dead lawyer walking, guilty of abetting a murder under the Defense Culpability Act.
I see she hasn't lost any of her charm. Why the long face? I thought you'd be glad I was found guilty under the DC Act.
I am in no mood to take joy in your suffering. For I was unable to defeat you and had to leave the job to others. I failed in my seance duty as the royal priestess.
Sacred duty.
What did I say?
Seance. I mean, you're not wrong.
Did I say?
Yeah, you said seance.
Weird.
I guess that answers my question.
Have I misunderstood? The voice of the Matama yet again? This cannot be!
Oh. You make Rarity's pains look tame by comparison. All I did was defend my client. I can't bear to see it looking so sad like this, though. Your benevolence. Your benevolence.
Oh, barbed head. I thought you had already begun your journey to the Twilight Realm.
I'm not dead yet. I still have an investigation to do for tomorrow's trial.
What's this? Do you mean to say you've not given up yet?
That's right. I'm going to prove my innocence tomorrow.
But why? Why do you refuse to give up? I cannot fathom such obstinacy. Investigate all you want, I care not.
You really don't mind? But aren't you worried that a lawyer backing a corner by the DC Act might do something desperate like forge evidence?
What's this?
If left unsupervised, I'd be free to do whatever I wanted, you know.
Yeah.
Okay, now to see if she takes the bait.
Yes, I see your point. Barthead,
Yes.
I know what happened yesterday. You perpetrated some sort of fraud or other misdeed while I was not watching.
Huh?
That explains why I misunderstood the voice of the High Priest's soul. Yes, of course. That is the only explanation.
I was just trying to cheer her up. Now she thinks I'm even less of a man.
I must not allow you to sully our sacred hall of justice with your misdeeds ever again. Therefore, today I will be monitoring your every move once more. I will not fail to spot your misdeeds this time. The moment I see anything out of the ordinary, I will send you straight to prison. And you, boy, do not throw your lot in with this foreign devil. But your benevolence!
It's okay. You don't need to worry about me. I'll be back before you know it. First, I should probably lighten my load a
But the Hall of Justice is protected by Superman.
bit. I mean... No. There is no such Superman in this world. He is known as Mitama Man.
No, he's known as Sutra Man.
Sutra. That works too.
Thank you.
Very good. Alright. Albie, would you mind holding on to some evidence for me?
Of course not. I'm always glad to help.
Unnecessary evidence unloaded onto Albie.
May the Holy Mother's blessing be upon you.
Now then, the scene of the crime is the logical place to start. If I recall correctly, the body was found at the Plaza of Devotion.
Would you even have any dialogue right now? Yep.
That boy has grown far too close to you. He will require re-education if he persists in befriending lawyers.
Re-education? What exactly does that entail?
That sounds highly questionable.
We will open his head and scrub his brain.
First, he must meditate upon Lady Kira for 48 hours in the prayer pose.
How is that re-education? It sounds more like torture to me.
Okay.
Barthead, you have an investigation to conduct, do you not? Get on with it.
Yes, but why does she always have to be like this?
What would you have preferred that tour guide boy tag along instead?
Huh?
It would appear I've read your mind most accurately.
That smile of hers is downright scary.
Not
really.
Not really.
She
It's
looks...
more like petulant child.
Yeah. Like, this is the kind of
Nope.
face. This is the face of somebody I would just like, aw, you're precious.
Stop it!
So, Plaza of Devotion.
Second that devotion. He was killed while praying?
Interesting. Looks like the police already finished their investigation.
Yeah, he was in that pose.
To think someone would be put here, a place devoted to prayer.
While praying.
Unless his body was, he was killed before and was placed to make it look like
That's what I'm thinking, yeah.
Because the dagger could have easily have been hidden underneath something like an article of clothing or something.
Yeah.
A scarf.
Yeah.
A body outlined in flowers? Did someone leave them here in memory of the deceased? And there's something different about the prayer flags today.
As the High Priest's disciple, Acolyte Zealot was utterly devoted to his training. First the high priest and now his devoted disciple. Maya Fey will pay for this.
As I keep telling you, Maya has nothing to do with any of this.
As I keep telling you, Maya Fey has everything to do with this.
Well, from my point of view, the Jedi are evil.
Shut up! We're not talking to you!
Oh.
And you can prove this how?
What do you think I'm doing here? Gathering dirt and dust for the trial.
No, he's saying that in a questioning.
Gathering dirt and dust for the trial?
As in, like, he's not saying, I'm gathering dirt on your guys.
Yeah, no, I understand what he means.
Yeah. It'd be funny if it was that, though.
Now you see, the word perp means...
You and your smart mouth. This is precisely why you and your lawyerly ilk are so reviled.
I have the smartest mouth. Do you want to still be Emma?
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Mr. Wright.
Emma!
It's that detective from your country again. Eek! It's the princess. You seem displeased that I am here. Oh, no, don't be silly. Mr. Wright, I'm so sorry about what happened to Maya.
It's not your fault, Emma. You were just doing your job. If I had just done mine...
Mr. Wright.
But it's no use crying over spilled milk. Would you mind telling me what you know about the murder? It's do or die in court tomorrow, and I mean that literally.
Gladly. I'll help you in any way I can. Remember, I have my eyes on the both of you. So see to it that you commit no misdeeds.
Well,
Of course not. You're talking to a professional here.
and she's just secretly, do I ship them or not? Come on, she watches the Plume Punisher. She definitely knows a thing or two about shipping. This prayer flag looks much newer than the rest. Your benevolence? What does it say here?
The dearest wishes of our subjects are written upon these prayer flags. Reading the prayers of others is considered rude. But if you must know, it says at the usual spot, bring grub the key to. That is one of the more direct and practical prayers I have ever seen.
I wonder if it's even a prayer.
Suspect.
Why do I get the feeling that Gats is the one that left that one? That sounds like something he would do. Acolyte Zealot was killed in the prayer clothes. With his head bent over like that, the last thing he saw must have been this rug.
He wasn't killed here, that's dang sure.
It is a prayer rug woven by a devout monks. May the Holy Mother's blessing be upon this departed soul.
It's strange that there are no bloodstains, though.
Perhaps it was so cold his blood froze, or perhaps it was so absorbed by his vestment.
It is pretty cold. Maybe the blood really did just freeze inside his body. So these flowers were left here in memory of Acolyte Zealot? What are they called?
Silent princesses.
I thought those glowed blue.
Yeah, I thought so too until I saw them in Echoes of Wisdom. They weren't blue, but they were clearly silent princesses. Because they were in the royal hall.
Huh.
And they weren't blue. They were exactly that shade.
They are known as Namanda, and they are given to express sorrow when a life is lost.
It seems offering flowers in memory of the dead is a universal practice.
Yes, but the meaning of different flowers is different in each country. Like, for example, if I remember correctly, sunflowers are considered a sign of death in Japan. If I remember correctly. Oh my gosh, Faye, why? Also, because I reminded myself via that message when Batman was chasing Iranian Ambassador Joker. After he killed Jason Todd, Batman Joker got shot along with the driver of the helicopter Joker was trying to get on to escape. Batman asked Superman to find the Joker, and Superman couldn't find him. Joker is a fucking cryptid that can't die. Remember, Princess, we are thousands of feet in the air. Faye! Big wallow text!
Yeet the toddler.
She's 14. She's not a toddler.
Jeez.
She is a lost, sassy child.
She's literally
Eat
just
the child.
a priestess version of freaking Yai from Battle Network. The small child with the big
Yeah.
freaking forehead.
Oh yeah, the 5 head.
Yeah.
Acolyte Zealot died bent over in prayer.
He died as he lived, bent over.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
No, wait, bent over, having something sticking out of his back end.
Well, it was in his back, probably, not his back end.
I made it general to make it sound worse.
Yeah, I'm clarifying because what you said could be misconstrued.
That's the point. No, I'm kidding.
There's no trace of blood on the ground. The fact that there's so little bleeding could mean it was a single stab to a vital point. Not that that would have been very difficult considering the position he was in.
Yeah, like
Yeah, he was in a very compromised position.
very compromised. You find out he was stabbed in the ass.
Oh, that he wouldn't have died instantly. Though.
No.
This isn't Metal Gear where shooting someone in the head or the crotch is an instant kill.
Well, see, when you shoot somebody in the crotch, it's because you're shooting his other head.
Yeah, exactly. No, that's probably the logic there.
I'm serious? That's actually
Second.
confirmed. You can actually, not only can you shoot them in the crotch, you can also punch them in the ass. And it counts as a knockout.
Okay, I didn't know about
You
that.
actually have to punch, I think you have to crouch and punch them straight in the taint.
So literally, you just go, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
It's the crazy butt stabber.
It's funny. It's so stupid and I love it.
I mean, it's Metal Gear. Stupid comes with the territory.
I think the only reason why that works is because you have to be up close and personal in their ass space, and I think the fist goes through the ass and
Oh,
straight
yeah.
into the crotch.
Yeah. It's like Metal Gear is literally the smartest dumb franchise that exists.
It is great.
Or dumbest smart franchise. I don't know which one.
Yeah.
Whichever one's funnier.
The way to find that out, just look at speedrunners. They'll do shit like that, and it's funny.
Yeah. I already read that. Oh yeah. Okay. I think we've examined.
Yeah,
everything
we've
else.
exhausted
Now we gotta talk to Best Girl. Yeah.
Oh wait, no, it's Emma.
She's
What
the
am I?
detective.
Yep, it's Emma. She is the best girl. I thought we were talking
You
about.
thought I was talking about Rafa?
Yeah.
Shame on you.
Yeah.
Shame on
Definitely
you.
not best girl.
No, my two best girls are Emma and Athena. Shame on you.
Punch through the ass to hit the dick hitbox.
Yep.
Zyka is best girl. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, that's true. Zyka's blushing like crazy.
Oh no,
Cover
she's doing the Baka face. The Baka
She's
expression.
covering her face. She's turning into a tomato.
She's doing the Tsundere Baka expression.
The incident.
Let's see. How about starting with an overview of what happened?
Sure.
Me?
Sure, the victim is Prey Zella. He was the high priest's disciple. His body was discovered around noon today, right after the Wright wrapped up.
So, during the High Priest's murder trial.
That's right. Apparently he had been there praying since the day before the Wright even started. Yeah, not buying it. Talk about serious devotion.
Yeah, I barely lasted a few minutes.
That's a specific spot. This is a picture of Mr. Zealot's body.
That dagger in his upper back looks like it would have been particularly painful. That would have hit a vital spot, too.
Is that a radish or a peach?
I think it's supposed to be a peach. I could be wrong. Is that a tattoo on the back of his neck? It's peach-shaped.
Everyone started leaving when the praying was finally done. But the victim remained bent over in prayer, and when they went over to check on him,
They discovered he was dead, right?
yes, the estimated time of death is May 9th, sometime between the start of the rite and the discovery of the High Priest's body.
I don't buy it.
In other words, we believe the crime took place during the purification rite.
I don't buy it.
And the murder weapon was the same ceremonial dagger that killed the High Priest. The prosecution believes Maya came down the stairs after killing the High Priest.
I'm sorry, have you proven that it killed the High Priest yet? She has her fingerprints on the dagger, cool. And it has the blood of that guy. What, is the High Priest's blood on it?
Interesting.
And then stabbed Mr. Zella with the same dagger.
Circumstantial evidence does point to Maya, but what about the cause of death?
He apparently died instantly from the dagger that was left thrust into his upper back. Here's the autopsy report.
Cause of death was spinal cord injury from being stabbed in the upper back by a bladed weapon.
I'm sorry, but that is a awful way to go.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah.
That means his brain was still functioning for a bit, and it cut off everything to the rest of his body. He died of basically his body shutting down while his brain was still intact.
But Emma did say it was instantaneous.
Yeah, it would be technically.
Yeah. Alright.
Estimated time of death, you say? How do you know such a thing? I want to know. Well, Barbed Head, out with it. Oh, so the Princess of the Spirit Medium Kingdom is interested in forensic science. I have no interest in science, forensic or otherwise. Nevertheless, I will someday be queen. As such, it would be wise to know what silly things the common folk believe in. There's nothing silly about it. How do you know even Prosecutor Satmani holds forensics in high regard? Does he? Perhaps I should not underestimate the power of science. Still, I suppose it is nothing much compared to the divination science.
You mean the one that was,
Seance.
You mean the one that was proven false twice?
She really doesn't have an adorable bone to her hair body.
Emma, I think she's actually interested. Would you mind explaining it to her?
Yes, I have to now. Okay, there are many ways to estimate the time of death. But the most well-known method uses a change in body temperature. Interesting. Body temperature drops at a steady rate from the moment a person dies. That means we can tell how long someone's been dead by...
So in a place where it's very cold,
That would be off.
they could easily manipulate the time of death.
Yeah. The time would be could be very off, meaning that this estimation could be incredibly off base, and he could have been killed yesterday. Or whatever the day before.
Way
was.
earlier.
Yeah.
That means we can tell how long someone's been dead by measuring their temperature. I see. That was quite enlightening. Barbed Head, present your forehead now.
What? Why?
You feel just a little under 95 degrees.
Over.
Oh, over, sorry. It seems you are not dead yet.
Of course I'm not.
It was but a jest. After all, you're still the dead lawyer walking.
I fail to see the humor in any of this. Then again, dude, Phoenix, you have a broken sense of humor, so... Were there any witnesses? With so many people here at the plaza, you'd think somebody would have seen something.
You'd think so, wouldn't you? But we haven't found a single witness.
How's that even possible?
Everybody was praying.
Because everybody was bent over, utterly devoted to prayer, naturally.
Everybody was bent over, you say.
The sad thing is, I can't use the dagger up the behind joke anymore because it was on his neck.
Yeah.
You're standing on my neck.
Is anybody else?
Ouch.
You get that? No, okay. I'm too old.
Oh, right. The back-shattering pose that nearly killed me. Still, you'd think someone would have noticed something.
I thought so too, but with the monk's scarf he had on, no one could see the dagger in his upper... Forensic has failed you!
It's not so much the forensics, it's more like everything is like coming together in a super awkward way.
Your police people are idiots.
Well, yeah, because it's Karine. Karine is stupid with this. There are people that believe a divination seance, no questions asked.
Plus, everyone was so absorbed in prayer they didn't even see or hear anything.
I can't believe this.
I can't believe this.
No way! I can't believe this!
What you choose to believe is your choice, but the fact remains there was no witnesses. However, there was one piece of irrefutable evidence, the dagger.
Nice.
Sadly, yes. Murder.
Could you tell me more about the murder weapon?
The killer used the Warbot dagger, the legendary weapon of Lady Kira. It was discovered impaled in the victim's upper back.
The accused's fingerprints were found on the dagger, were they not?
Yes, they were. Warbot dagger.
With such irrefutable evidence, there is no questioning the accused's guilt.
Not so fast. What about a motive? Maya had no reason to kill Acolyte Zella.
What do the police think about this matter?
Can I just, like, look at it?
Not in that.
I want to examine it, damn it.
Maya had no reason to kill Acolyte Zella.
So you say, but let us now hear what the police think about the matter.
The police believe Maya is the Lady Kira figure who has been battling the rebels. And since Mr. Zella was the disciple of the High Priest who turned out to be a rebel...
He too was likely a rebel and therefore met the same untimely demise as his teacher.
Oh no!
Yes, that is how the police currently view this crime.
There's no way Maya is that Lady Kira vigilante.
I agree on a personal level, but the police are just going with what today's trial concluded.
Really blew it in court today.
I mean...
Okay. That message on the prayer flag seems a little weird, but I think I've seen everything there is to see around here.
You have not found or heard anything of particular worth. Are you ready to give up?
No, I'm not calling it quits yet.
Does it look like you have any hope of winning, Mr. Wright?
Emma, I can't really say at this point. All I know is I have to keep investigating.
What are you two sneaks up to? I would advise you to get back to work if you are done here, Detective. Otherwise, I will report you to Prosecutor Satmati for dereliction of duty. I'm going! I'll see you later, Mr. Wright. And good luck.
I gotta go.
Boop boop.
See you later. See you later.
Boy.
I should really pay a visit to everyone and every place connected to this case. Okay, so next up is well, I want exactly the High Priest's house.
I don't need direction if I know where I'm going.
I'm still going to give you direction to the important places, so there's no meandering. This is all like story stuff, so it doesn't really
I
matter.
know I'm sassing you.
Hello, I'm sorry to bother you again, but oh, it's you.
Bardhead, you're not contemplating casting suspicion upon Lady Believe, are you? She lost her beloved husband and now acolyte Zealot, who is like a son to her.
I don't know. When I look at her, all I see is. I do not know what you're referring to. Of course I'm not. But since she was close to both victims, I wanted to hear what she has to say.
This also raises suspicion that she might be a rebel as well.
Very well.
And then there's the fact that Lady Kira didn't attack Mrs. Indy. That probably means she isn't a rebel.
Okay.
Which means it's probably the opposite of what he assumes.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. She would have to know. He could not do all the crap that a rebel would be able to do behind someone so close.
Unless he's really good at hiding it.
I don't know. She's too close to him.
Yeah, it's true. Is this about poor Puree? Well, I'm sorry, but I don't think I can talk about that right now. Well, what about Maya? She's innocent. Maya? I heard she was found guilty. First my dear husband, and now Puree? Mrs. Indy, you don't really believe that Maya is a killer, do you? I don't know. But that was the verdict, so what else can I believe? What am I to do? The verdict was already reached in your husband's case. But the truth of the matter is yet to be found. How can you be so sure? Because I believe that Maya is innocent. That is all I have right now. My faith in her. So please, help me understand what happened. So you're defending her based solely on faith? Even though you'll be punished for abetting the accused?
It's almost like she doesn't understand faith.
That's right. All right then. Your faith has moved me. I will tell you what I can. It's more like she's like understanding. Oh, there are different kinds of faiths instead of just religious faith.
Yeah, there's faith in other people's honesty or
Yeah, exactly.
not honesty.
It's
credibility.
Exactly. It's more like in this case, faith is equating to trust.
Yeah.
Are you sure about this, Lady Believe?
My lovely wife is also a devout follower of Koreanism. As such, she is not one to make light of another's faith. But if I find that you have lied about your faith in Maya Fei's innocence, I shall curse your entire family and all your disciples for the next 8 generations by flicker jabbing them into the Shadow Realm.
Hey, leave Athena and Apollo alone, buddy.
I like how they just don't animate her roaring. It just looks like
Nonsense. She's just moving very fast.
I want the wipe the wipe animation, damn it. No, you don't know what a wipe animation is?
I think
It's basically like the entire frame just got stretched across the distance and then follows shortly afterwards. That's what a wipe is.
Okay. How did Acolyte Zealot end up living here as your husband's disciple? About 2 years ago, while my husband was at a spiritual retreat in the mountains, he came across Puree collapsed on the ground. That's when he brought him here. You were always one to help those in need, weren't you? So, Acolyte Zealot also appeared 2 years ago, huh? Not just Maya.
I see.
And he'd been living here ever since. 2 years ago. That's around the same time Maya arrived in her mind. You don't think Zealot was the Lady Kira?
Are you literally just gonna go and say, "Oh yeah, that's the same time Maya arrived in Khura'in," but not mention the whole thing?
It wants the play. She wants the player to figure it out, but it's just like it's now. This casts suspicion on Zealot being Lady Kira.
Yeah, like literally, it's just going like, "Hey, if you haven't figured it out, it's Sledgehammer."
Sledgehammer. Yes, he was born in a poor village and had nowhere to call home.
He was a poor boy from a poor family.
My husband felt pity for the boy, so he took him in as his disciple. But not only as his disciple, he was like a member of our family, too. See, if this is where Acolyte Zealot lived, there might be something I could learn about him lying around.
Wait, if Zealot lived here, like they're saying that her and the husband were locked securely in this house, but we're hearing about so many other people who had access to this house.
Yeah, so they're gonna cast accusations on Maya because she was technically allowed to be at the house, but so was Zealot, and yet they're not batting an eye at him.
Yeah, like there's a whole bunch of like
These people are racist. They're outsiders.
very much so. Like more than likely, it wasn't even just Zealot and Maya. It was probably a lot of acolytes in general that had access.
Maybe, yeah, but the two that are the most suspicious at this point are Maya and Zealot.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Yeah. Alright, so now we examine...
That... Again.
Barthead, appears you are quite fond of rummaging through the garbage.
I just thought there might be some other important things about it.
Oh, is that right?
Look, I'm not doing this for fun. Really. Doesn't look like there's anything else of interest in there.
Princess, please. I go through everyone's trash.
That's how I found out about Apollo's fanfictions. and Athena's closet shrine to Apollo.
Nah, I don't see it.
Wait, how does he know about that? Apollo, it's not what you think. Pictures of the Queen and her husband, the Justice Minister of Khura'in.
Yes, my mother and my father. What do you think? Do they not possess an awe-inspiring air?
Oh, terrifying is more the word I would use. Also, your father looks like he wants pictures of a spider-themed superhero.
I just realized something that I really hope is not correct.
What?
The father is taking a stance that reminds me a lot of the big bad of Game 1.
You mean Manfred von Karma?
Wait, was he the big bad?
Yes.
Oh,
Or
no.
are you talking about Damon Gant?
No. I'm trying to remember what the name is. The U.S. pink asshole.
Oh, Red White?
Yeah.
That was not the big bad. That was the villain of the second case.
Oh, okay. Yes, sorry.
I don't know about that.
He holds himself in the same air as him.
Yes, but at least his air of confidence here, he's the Justice Minister. Of course he's going to have a pompous thing about himself. That would make sense.
Well,
Yes, they are very awe-inspiring.
That picture.
A photo of the High Priest, his wife, Acolyte Zealot, and Maya. Since Maya's in it, it must have been taken the day before the rite. I should ask Mrs. Indy about it. A picture of Maya and the High Priest's family taken during the Feast of Blessings on the day before the rite.
to think that this would be their final family photo. That no-good Maya Fey has some nerve. Nyeh. Nyeh.
That's kind of why when I'm going for with freaking ones.
I mean, here she is, posing with the two men whom she would soon kill.
I beg to differ. I see this photo as proof that she didn't kill them.
That smile of hers does not fool me. I sense a deep and abiding malice behind it.
You're frigging reading
It's almost as if she has an idea. An awful idea. A wonderful, awful idea. I'll prove my smile is the real deal.
Also, is Josh late, or is he just chilling upstairs?
I didn't hear him.
I did hear somebody.
Well, it's weird that he wouldn't come down by now.
Yeah.
Alright, so now, just in case if it wasn't clear. Yeah.
I wasn't supposed to jump that far. That picture behind in the picture.
The picture in the picture.
Yeah. It's sus.
I don't know, a zealot's smile looks a little fake.
And the picture now is different. Where's that picture? Oh,
Nothing unusual here.
didn't mean to tap that. I'm assuming there's nothing else.
Nothing else. So what you gotta do now is, yeah, you, no. Present the picture to her.
That's what I thought. Okay. Yeah.
Can I ask you about this photo? It was taken during the Feast of Blessings, the day before the rite was held. The Feast of Blessings. Yes.
Yes.
Would you mind telling me a little more about it? This photo was taken during the Feast of Blessings. The Feast of Blessings. Yes, it is forbidden to eat during the days of the rites. The day before it's performed, we enjoyed dishes full of gingil, an herb known to strengthen the body and mind. You love the gingil-based dishes I make, didn't you, dear? Gingil? I heard you can go 3 days without sleeping after doing so.
So it's like turbo coffee.
Where can I get some?
Yeah, seriously.
But hey, if it strengthens the body and mind at the same time.
It's a sensu bean.
Sensu bean! Sensu bean! Yes, but many foreigners don't care for it because of its strong smell.
I'm surprised you even know that joke.
I watched D&D videos. One of the guy that I watched did D&D alignments on the abridged version of the character.
Oh, gosh.
Our customs say that these dishes can only be eaten the day before the purification rite, and only between noon and 3 p.m.
Wait, that food type is forbidden?
It's basically a ritual thing. Like, why would you eat a ritual dish not on before the time of the ritual?
Okay. I know of something in the Bible that's actually similar. The incense used in the Temple of the Lord
Oh yeah.
is actually forbidden for anyone to use in a common setting. If you are to use it, you're to be excommunicated.
Oh, interesting. That's very specific. Is it because the smell is too strong? A very good guess indeed. It is to ensure the smell is gone by the time Lady Kira is welcome the next day.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Wow, is it really that strong? Come to think of it, the evidence the evening before the murder, an overwhelming odor was all over town. It was like a cross between garlic and mint.
Oh, that reminds me of the mint chutney I see in India all the time. It's actually, I actually enjoyed some when I went to the Indian place recently. No, I say recently, but the last time I went, it was really good, but very flavorful, unusually so.
Nice.
It was weird because like it was the first time I tried a savory mint flavored thing.
Huh. After the Feast of Blessings, Pere went over to the plaza to begin his supplication? Stupefaction? Yeah.
I think it was.
I
hold
never
on.
thought that would be the last time.
Not pressing A. Why is it skipping? I was just
any of the buttons would in that.
yeah, and I was trying to press Y.
That last time I would see.
Okay, it is supplication.
What was Maya doing at the time? Shortly after Pere left, she went to the temple to prepare for the rite. I don't know what she did after that.
Please state added to the report.
So Acolyte Zealot went out to pray the afternoon before the rite. According to the newspaper,
today's purification rite. The thick white ice that froze the ground from the inner sanctum to the Plaza of Devotion until yesterday has melted. The rite can now go on as planned. We give thanks for the blessings of the Holy Mother and Lady Kira. Haparaki.
On the day before the rite, the plaza was so cold the whole place had iced over. Hooray always prayed a lot. Hence the name.
Yeah.
Far more than anyone I have ever known.
And if he died on that day, his body would have cooled so fast.
Which would have prolonged, would have, what's the word, affected the reading of his time of death.
Yeah.
He was a devout young man whose faith was twice as strong as others. I don't know why, but that's kind of intimidating to me. I thought I'd have made some progress by now,
You did.
but I haven't come across any particularly insightful information even here.
Yeah, I suppose we haven't really. We can't even finger the actual killer yet. I suppose.
You seem disappointed.
Mrs. Inmee, is there anything else you could tell me?
Stop ignoring me!
Nope.
Forgive me, but if I keep thinking about those two any longer,
Barthead.
yes, I understand.
Don't make me send you to gay horny jail.
What do you mean? I've been there
Sorry,
already.
sorry.
Gay baby jail.
What do you mean? I've been there already. It's not that bad.
Also, before anybody freaking stones me for saying that, it's just a common phrase.
I'm gonna hit you with the gay beam.
Yeah.
What do you mean hit me? I've drenched in it already. Thank you for your help. I'm sorry to have troubled you.
We have paid a visit for all the people and places connected with this case. I think it is about time you prepared yourself for the inevitable, don't you?
Alright, so next up,
We're moving to the Inner Sanctum now. Detention Center.
yep, detention center. We need to talk to the problem child.
I don't remember her Magatama being gold.
Maybe it's because she's older now.
I guess.
Maya sure looks tired. So sorry, Maya. Failed to defend you during that trial earlier today. I'm sorry too, Nick. I never meant to get caught up in this whole mess. Even worse, I got you caught up in it too. And you were convicted under that stupid law. Nick, you should really withdraw from this case. Maybe don't even commute your sentence if you do.
After we're done this section, we are moving on.
Yeah, that's... I could never abandon you like that. You might not believe me, but I'm going to pull off a win scare.
Phone's missing. Maybe he did text us and I just didn't get it.
You want me to call it?
My phone's upstairs. I know it is. It's either in my coat or in my bag.
It's not like I don't believe in you, it's just... Don't worry. Maybe this extra day in court is a blessing from the Holy Mother. Let's use it to our advantage. We'll turn this trial upside down, inside out, and upside down. You'll see. Okay.
I made the same mistake. I read it upside down and inside out.
Either way, the point still stands. You're awfully quiet with that once.
It is only a matter of time until your executions are carried out. I simply thought I would allow you two a good talk before you depart from this world.
Sorry, but we're not giving it yet, and we won't till the bitter end.
There is no need to put on a brave face. Your fates were sealed with today's verdict. Worry not of Maya Fey. The Twilight Realm will cleanse the taint from that neophyte practitioner's soul.
Wait, why is it gonna cleanse my taint?
Then perhaps the Holy Mother may finally forgive her.
Wait. Was that her attempt at comforting me?
Barbed head, further resistance shall come to naught. Stop your desperate struggle. Accept the judgment that has been passed upon you.
She obviously doesn't know me very well.
Then perhaps your sentence will be commuted and...
Hold it right there, your benevolence. Why do you always have to be like that? Maya, what are you...
What is the matter? I am simply showing some mercy upon your souls.
Nick here is risking his life to defend me.
And that is why I told you it will come to...
No, it won't. Nick is just doing what lawyers are supposed to. He's defending his client, no matter what.
Enough! There is no place for lawyers in the Hall of Justice. For we have the divination seance.
But your insights were wrong! Oh boy, that's gotta hurt. Don't you get it? Errors are bound to happen if your insights are accepted without question. So I ask you, Royal Priestess, what is your true duty? Do the victim's souls or the Holy Mother herself wish you to judge people in error?
Oh, you dare bring her holiousness name into this? You know nothing, you phony baloney!
You're a phony! A big fat phony!
Please, you two, enough.
Children, behave.
Sorry, Nick, I got a little carried away. That's not really like me, huh? What do you mean? No, I should be thanking you, Maya. It's good to have you in my corner.
How dare you mock me so? You will not get away with this.
Oh, but Priestess, it's so easy to make fun of you.
I was a fool to show you compassion and to think I could convince you to accept your fate. So struggle all you want in the Hall of Justice tomorrow. You will receive your just desserts as the scorn of our kingdom is heaped upon you.
I can see straight through that contorted smile on your face, you know.
Yeah, she actually cares.
She may say these terrible things, but it's just the way she was raised, I guess. Could you try to remember what happened one more time? I've been trying as hard as I can, but I can't remember anything from the middle of the Wright onward. Oh, right. You suddenly felt sleepy, and everything after that's a blank. Even so, I didn't kill anyone, and I'm not the one going around dressed like Lady Kira. Although it's kind of cool to think there's a mysterious female vigilante out there. Right. Were you close to Acolyte Zealot? We met several times during the meetings about the Wright, but I didn't know him very well. He seemed pretty quiet. Didn't you eat together the day before the Wright? Yeah. We ate his one super stinky dish, this one super stinky dish, but it was actually really good.
That sounds like, oh crap, what's that fruit that stinks like to high hell? What is it?
Durian?
Yeah.
Yeah. I wasn't sure I'd like it, but it was love at first bite. Like, you know, the salty noodles at Eldoon's Noodles?
Too salty. Too salty.
So you were around Eldoon's Noodles, eh?
Too salty. It's gonna kill me.
Don't worry, I only put in 95% of a lethal dose.
Uh-oh, I shouldn't have seconds.
I shouldn't have had seconds.
I shouldn't have had seconds.
It's like if you added garlic and herbs to that, and then let it simmer for a really long time. Sounds more like a hot pot than ramen to me in that. Now I miss ramen too. So what was Acolyte Zealot like? What was Acolyte Zealot like while you were eating? He seemed to be enjoying the food. But as soon as we were done, he left to go pray. And what did you do? Oh, I returned to the temple to prepare for the rite. That coincides with Mrs. Inmy's description of events. Any idea who might be pretending to be Lady Kira? When the rite started, it was just me and Abbot Inmy. But the seance vision showed a third figure who looked like Lady Kira. I know. Lady Kira. I wish I could have seen her in the flesh. Yeah, let's just stay focused on the case, shall we? It was supposed to have been impossible for a third party to enter the inner sanctum. But what if she came from the sky? You know, like that bushy-bearded paratrooper? That mountain would have been no match for Lady Kira's wings. That's from the Plume Punisher TV show, right? How'd you know? Because the real Lady Kira doesn't have wings. Oh, yeah, I got it this time. There must be a secret room with a secret door at the intersection. Did you know that there are 88 secret Plume Punisher bases here in Karine? Can we please stop talking about the Plume Punisher show for a sec, Maya? I guess so. Keeping it real is much harder than it looks. Well, I should get going now. Sorry I wasn't any help. Don't worry, I've got this. We'll beat the charges tomorrow and be the first plane back home before you know it. Then we'll go grab dinner at El Dunes. Or your favorite burger joint. You pick.
Burgers!
Sounds good. I think I'll get the extra large Hamburg steak, topping on my salty bowl. Best of both worlds. You can have whatever you like, but first you have to beat the charges. I have to beat the charges. Oh, I almost forgot. What is it? I have a favor to ask. Okay, but why are you whispering? I forgot I left something at the High Priest's house. It's super important. Would you mind getting and holding onto it for me? Sure. So what's this super important thing? In my bag, you'll find a folding book. It's only given to the priestess who performs the rite. It's called the Tome of Secrets. That does sound important. How could you leave something like that just lying around? That explains all the whispering. If I ever found out, all heck would break loose. Look, it's got Lady Kira's real name written in it, so... Oops! Don't tell anyone I told you that. In fact, just forget I said anything at all. It's supposed to be a secret. The Tome of Secrets contains secrets? Imagine that.
What are you two whispering about?
Oh, nothing. She just forgot something, and so I told her I'd go get it.
You are up to something, I just know it.
Plume Punisher, look!
Ah!
Thanks, Nick. I'm counting on you. Alright, so we'll move back to the High Priest's house, and then we can call it here.
Or, wait, what?
You said you were going to call it afterwards, yeah?
I meant,
Or do you mean the implying investigation scene?
yeah, I mean...
Okay.
I mean, if you want to keep going...
No. Let's keep going.
Okay.
I keep going. I have to use the washroom again.
Okay.
I drank a lot of fluids.
Hello? Anybody home?
I am Pump Man today.
Yeah. No answer. Miss Enemy's probably out right now. Well, I'll just get what I came for.
I'm watching you like a warbot, barbed head. You had better not steal anything.
I would never do something like that. I'm just here to get what Maya asked for.
Then get on with it.
I would if you'd stop interrupting me. Yeah. Yeah. Ah, here's Maya's bag.
What is that strange patch on her bag?
It's the Steel Samurai. He's the hero of an action hero show back in my country.
Do-do-do. Do-do-do.
It's actually Maya's favorite show. She's got all sorts of merchandise related to it.
I see. He looks strikingly similar to the Plumed Punisher.
They are similar, but the Steel Samurai definitely came first.
I see. How interesting.
Rafa seems genuinely intrigued. There must be a common thread between Plume Punisher and Steel Samurai fans. Come to think of it, didn't Maya mention something about trading with a Plume Punisher fan? But I digress. I better find what she asked me to look for and get going. Before we confirm that, let's just double check the image. Oh, gee! I wonder who she traded with. Let's see here. This must be that Tome of Secrets that Maya was talking about. Tome of Secrets added to the court record. Don't...
Well, Barbed Head, are you finished now?
Hold on a second. The string around it is coming undone. Whoops!
Oh! Ah! Ah, you fool! Do not lay eyes upon it! Put it away, quickly, before we go blind!
Relax, my hand just slipped.
This is the Tome of Secrets! Are you trying to get us cursed? Lady Kira is liable to swoop down and gouge our eyes out!
Oh right, this book is related to Lady Kira, isn't it? Your benevolence, would you mind if I asked you some questions?
Hmm.
I'm actually curious if she'll let me. Priestess, acting as Lady Kira's representative, must know her name. That name is Imsun. Speaking this name is unforgivable. Wait, Kira Imsun? Imsun Kira. That's a phrase. I can't pick up on it though. Speaking this name is unforgivable. If there's another name attached to it that makes the phrase proper, don't tell me it. Speaking the name is unforgivable. Lock this knowledge deep in your heart and devote yourself to prayer. Not image. Here Imsun.
Oh, okay. Anytime maybe a pun as a Japanese name is Katakana, I-N-U-S-A-N, can look like Bootsy sound, which means Buddha.
Okay, what's Kira then?
It's clown killer.
Buddha killer? Or killer of Buddha? Eh.
I think it's more name and alias kind of thing.
That makes sense.
This is not something I would normally speak about to an outsider such as you.
Well, can't you make an exception?
If you insist, Naina!
Oh,
What of this folding book? Yes, I see. This very important tome is bestowed upon the priestess in the purification rite.
oh, very important. What's written inside?
Yes, I see. Really? Is it all right to reveal that?
Your benevolence?
Patience! The book contains Lady Kira's true name.
I already read it. I'm sorry. You didn't put a restriction on it. Her true name? Is a name really that important of a secret? I mean... In some belief systems, name is incredibly important.
To a Kirin as a priestess, a person's name is one of most important things to know.
Lady Kira's real name. What's so important about a name?
Without a name, a priestess' voice will fail to reach a person's mitama. It is much like trying to send a letter without the recipient's address. A spirit can only be identified once you know the deceased's face and name.
Everything okay?
Yeah, everything's good.
What was that thumping?
I was just, you said your phone wasn't there yet. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I tried looking for it just to see. I couldn't find it.
Was it not in my bag?
I checked your bag. I didn't see it.
Maybe it was in my coat pocket. Okay. That's fine. Maybe it could have been on my bed as well. I don't know.
That's it, I'm calling it.
Oh, I get it. It's like when you see someone in a crowd you recognize, but you don't know their name. It makes it impossible to get their attention.
It could be muted.
Did you mute your phone?
Well, during work I do, yeah.
Indeed, you must know a spirit's face and true name before you can commune with it. It is the same for Kirinism's most secret art, one that my mother alone may use.
The queen has a secret art?
Calling it now, it's the same one that Maya uses.
Yeah.
It is something a foreigner such as you could never hope to guess.
In Curinism, spirit channeling is a secret art that can only be performed by the queen. No one else is supposed to be able to do it. I should pretend all of this is...
What if they're actually related to the queen, but like extended family?
I
Like,
think she did. I think Phoenix did theorize.
okay.
But yeah. Besides, I got a feeling she secretly really wants to tell you.
Oh, it's like knowing something a kid wants to tell you about, and you're pretending you don't know just to make them really happy. Aww.
Could you tell me about the secret art of the queen you spoke of?
Come again?
Oh, sorry. Maybe we shouldn't talk about this. It is a secret after all.
It is the secret art of spirit channeling. But I suppose those words are meaningless to you.
I'm just surprised how willing you are to tell me about it.
A third-rate lawyer could not channel spirits simply by learning of the technique.
Third rate is a bit harsh. I'd even settle for second.
What is it? You have the look of a tentacled hag frog upon your face.
What the heck is a tentacled hag frog? Spirit channel. That's where a medium lets a spirit possess her body to return to our world, right?
Well now, I see you have done your homework.
Oh, I guess I studied a bit.
With the power of spirit channeling, one can bring back even the most ancient of spirits. It is quite a magnificent power, is it not?
I've never seen her eyes light up like this before. I imagine they're pretty shocked when they come back from ancient times.
Indeed. A spirit's memory is cut off at the moment of death.
So even a spirit that is brought back after centuries doesn't sense any gap in time between the moment of its death and the moment it is channeled.
Yes, and yet it clearly recalls all of the memories it had in life. Thus, even heroes and scholars of antiquity can be channeled and directly learned from. Our queens have also used this power to help the rulers of neighboring lands seek counsel. That is why we have never been invaded and how we have maintained our unique culture.
So spirit channeling is a really effective tool for international politics.
It is indeed. And that is why only those with the power to channel spirits may rule our kingdom.
Which means she would never become the queen.
Unless she actually has the potential to channel, which maybe she hasn't learned how to start channeling.
Yeah.
But of late, there has been an endless influx of illegal immigrants from the neighboring lands. The fools come seeking the same great power as my mother.
Legal immigrants?
Yes, it is becoming quite a problem. Some have lost their way in life and look to Korainism for their salvation. Among them are also those of dubious nature who have been driven from their own lands.
Dubious nature, driven from their own land. Gasp and Pain definitely fit that bill. But they sure weren't treating him like an illegal alien.
Bruh.
Can you channel spirits, Your Benevolence?
I am but the royal priestess. There is still much that I must learn. As of now, the divination seance takes me to the very limit of my ability.
So her spiritual power doesn't measure up to Maya's.
You were just mocking me in your mind, weren't you?
Don't be ridiculous.
It is written all over your face, you impudent nincompoop. The divination seance was one of the most important roles fulfilled by the queen. That is what my mother taught me when I was little.
So the queen can perform the dance of devotion. That'd be a sight to see.
Someday I will be...
Somebody had to do it.
Careless whisper.
I'm sorry, seeing a queen doing a dance of devotion?
Someday I'll be a powerful priestess and queen just like my mother. And the divination seance is a vital part of my training to prepare me for that day.
Forgive my ignorance, Your Eminence.
You shall see. It will not be long before I too master the secret art of spirit channeling. I will be a magnificent queen who unites her people for the greater good of Karine.
The greater good. Now I see.
Wait.
Wait.
It's her. She's been practicing spirit channeling.
No, she hasn't had any spirit channeling experience at all. That's what she just said.
Okay.
She just said that she has much to learn. She hasn't started spirit channeling.
Okay.
She said that the
Can somebody spirit channel by mistake, as long as they're in an adjacent
it seems
ability?
spirit channeling seems like a very specific thing. How would you
Okay.
do it accidentally?
Well, I mean, if you have the blood, the bloodline, and you're already learned the lower class of the abilities, is what I'm getting at.
I don't think so.
Okay.
It feels like there would be like two separate things, and them being adjacent seems like it would be a really problematic.
Okay.
Spirit channeling is something she really aspires to.
I hate to hear if Maya can do it.
I'm going to ace that test and become the next master. After all, I can't let my clan and the other villagers down. It looks like she actually has something in common with Maya.
Are you quite through now? There are more important things to do than stand here and talk about spirit channeling.
That's true. It doesn't have anything to do with this case as far as I can tell. Or does it? If the queen is a spirit medium...
Are you about to suggest that my mother was channeling Lady Kira?
No, I was thinking of you, actually.
You saw that one coming.
Lawyers are indeed a witless breed. On the day of the rite, my mother was engaged in other duties at the palace.
Of course.
Alibi!
My mother is a very busy woman, and the idea itself is preposterous. Do you truly believe the Queen of Karine would personally battle the insurgents?
I can see that, yes.
This is precisely what makes you third-rate.
Another dead end. This is bad. Anyway, I need to continue looking for leads, so...
Over there! After him! Don't let him escape!
What is all that racket? Destroy the boy! What? That escaped prisoner has surfaced here in town.
Escaped prisoner? You mean that guy with the great big bushy beard?
There's no reason to panic. The police are on his trail.
He's no longer a suspect. But he might know something, considering he was at the scene of the crime. Let's go take a look.
We're trying to finish the segment.
There is quite a bit of it left, so let's just say, let's do the next
I
little
haven't
thing.
seen that in a while.
Let's
I'd bring it back.
Wait!
Does it still have games in it?
Yeah.
Oh my! Freaking forgot this.
Okay, you want to kind of...
Forgot I had that.
Yeah.
Is that you?
Yes.
Possibly. No, the smell.
Yes.
Yeah, let's just get to the next big thing and then we can call it. Oh, my head's back. Forgot how badly I injured it. I need to do some stretching and exercise more when I get back home.
I want to fish.
That's Albie.
Oh, Mr. Wright!
Hey, Albie. That's Arble. Have you seen...
Are you alright, sir?
Eat them.
1 second. Have you seen that escaped prisoner around here?
Oh, so that's why all those police came rushing over here. I heard them saying something about an escaped prisoner disappearing in this area.
He disappeared in this area? Could have taken to the air again, could he?
Barbed head. I told you to wait.
Hell no.
It's too dangerous for you around here, Your Benevolence. Mr. Arbol could be lurking nearby.
What sort of princess would I be if all it took was an escaped prisoner to frighten me? I mean,
You'd be Princess Peach.
hello, you are literally the crown princess of this nation.
Also, you are 14 and petite. You are literally someone could pick you up with one hand.
Somebody could practically put their hand around your waist.
Yeah.
You're such a stick.
Bruh, Athena and Emma could pick you up with one hand.
They could suplex your ass.
Yeah, exactly. She's fearless, I'll give her that. I can't be responsible if something happens to you. As long as I'm here, though, I might as well search the area myself. If I were an escaped prisoner, where would I hide?
It's a lady.
Wait.
Don't mind me, just looking around.
There's one thing that's, like, sticking out.
Yeah.
No.
No?
No.
Okay.
Look more towards ground level.
Yeah,
And at the top of those stairs is my home away from home. Just looking at them is making my back ache.
Speaking whispers, not in full voice, please.
I'm speaking whispers.
I'm talking to him.
We're just about there. That manhole cover, it's open.
Whoa, what is it, Shadow?
Did he snip out someone or something in the manhole? I wonder. Could Shadow track Mr. Arlo if he had something with a rebel scent on it?
I don't know.
I feel like I've got something with Mr. Arlo's scent on it. Something he might have touched.
Arbol, Mr. Parachuter.
Yes. That's what we discovered in the trial before it ended. We discovered that the parachutist that's Arbol, the prisoner, the escaped prisoner, and we were found guilty. And now, Maya's being accused of a second murder that has happened. Yeah, I know. Here, Shadow, how about this? I hope it works. So wait. I think he's picked up a scent. You mind if I borrow Shadow for a bit?
By all means. I had no idea you could do this. Yeah, go get him, boy.
I mean, he's a dog.
Not all dogs are bloodhounds.
No. Your Benevolence, I'm heading down the manhole now. It could be dangerous, so please wait here.
Wait.
Don't worry, I won't commit any of those misdeeds you're so worried about.
That is not what I fear.
Oh, bullshit!
There may be a vicious insurgent lurking down there.
Oh, and are you worried about me?
No, I was simply wondering why you would go to such lengths in your investigation. After all, if you would simply withdraw from this case, they might commute your sentence.
I'm doing this to prove my innocence.
But how can you be so sure of this accused's innocence? She's already been found guilty.
This would not be the first time.
Nah, don't worry. Maybe this extra day in court is a blessing from the Holy Mother. Let's use it to our advantage. We'll turn this trial inside out and upside down. I almost did it again. You'll see. Okay. I almost flipped them again.
Like it wouldn't matter.
I believe in her. If she says she's innocent, then that means she's innocent. Lawyers must trust in their clients to the bitter end. That's just what we do.
You lame brain. Do what you will.
Do what you want, what you really, really want.
Well, tell me what you want, what you really, really want.
Well, I'm going in. Let's go, Shadow.
Barf!
Cannonball!
Be careful.
Alley-oop! Sploosh! Oh, I thought I would have left a bigger splash than that.
Barf!
Wait, come back here! It's pitch black down here. I can't see a thing.
Well, then
Ow.
use the Sandman. Yeah, all the and then it fades.
Actually, I should have followed that up with. Oh. What happened? I went down into the manhole and then. Oh, you finally came to. I'd remember that face anywhere. You want to still voice Dats?
That is you.
That is you.
It's him with a haircut.
And that dragon symbol on his armband. That's the mark of the rebels.
Oh, this is what he looks like.
Yep. There is no mistake. It's him. That's Arbol.
So he was really faking it.
Yes! Lord!
Sorry I got a little rough with you back there. Thought you were the cops. Why are you making that face? Hey, want an apple?
I thought he was going to kill me. I'll pass on the apple, but thanks. I don't mind a good apple, but not right now. What is this place?
This is the office of my brother in arms, Dirk.
Why are you openly admitting
But
this?
right now, we're using it as a rebel safe house.
Wait, back up a sec. What kind of office is this exactly?
A law office. What else?
Saw that coming.
Really? Dirk used to be a lawyer?
Yep, just like you.
Crime's public enemy number one is an ex-lawyer? Didn't see that coming.
You should have.
Yeah, honestly, is this really a surprise?
But I don't suppose I'll be coming around here anymore.
You won't? Are you planning to flee or something?
It's just, I want to get out of the rebel business. Tired of being hounded by the cops and all that. So I came by today to pick up the last of my stuff.
Really?
I'm gonna sell Dirk's info to the Minister of Justice, then slip out of your eye.
Wait a second. You're a key person of interest in this case. You can't go running off like that.
Relax, will ya? I'll tell you whatever you need to know. Oh, I'm sorry about punching your lights out back there. My bad. So, Mr. Lawyer Man, what do you want to know?
Tell me about the murders of the High Priest Terustimi and his acolyte Pere Zealot.
Sure, I'll tell you whatever I can. Don't know if it'll be much help, though. I mean, I'm not a rebel anymore, so...
I wonder how true that really is. Okay, so there's one thing I want you to examine before we move on.
Oh, that's easy.
Examine the picture on the wall.
Oh, yeah.
This one. See if it actually points it out. This looks like a photo of Dirk and his compatriots. And here's one that looks really old. Wow. This was taken about 20 years ago.
Oh, I follow.
Well, he did say he met him before.
I feel like Eddie Valiant. That's it. That's the connection.
Yeah.
That's it.
Those are Dirk's sons.
Really? So this is the rebel Dirk in the center? He doesn't look so evil. Yeah, he looks presentable. And both of his sons look kind of familiar. Phoenix, are you really that dense?
The one on the left is Yudi.
Oh.
Oh, but you know him as Prosecutor Sadmati.
Prosecutor Sadmati is Dirk's son?
That he is. Yudi was once a rebel, too. He used to really respect his old man. Both as a father and as a lawyer.
Then why did he become a prosecutor?
Being a lead lawyer in this kingdom is the same as signing your own death warrant.
On account of the Defense Culpability Act, right?
Yeah, that's why you decided to be a prosecutor instead. He wanted to spark a revolution from the inside, so he dove right into the enemy's dead.
I would have never guessed it, looking at him now.
You can say that again. Dirk is battling to change Gorine's legal system. The will of the dragon spurs him on. We all thought Yudi was taking up the mantle to carry on that will too. We were sure he'd help overthrow Goran one day, but as you've seen, he now uses the law to do her bidding. Dirk's been beside himself.
So he no longer carries the will of the dragon. Huh. I wonder what happened between father and son for it to come to this.
I'm sure we'll find out by the end of the game.
What about the other child in the photo?
That's Dirk's adopted son, but he's gone back overseas. His name's Apollo.
Apollo? Wait a second. That bracelet. It really is Apollo. Hey, there's an idea. I never would have thought of that.
He was a rascal, that one, and his voice could shake the entire room.
I'm fine!
I
The
imagine
boy.
he's out there raising high hell somewhere. Yes.
Yeah, I'm sure he's doing just fine.
You
Considering how far he's
skipped
come,
something.
Mr. Arbel's description really doesn't do Apollo justice. No, I read that.
Oh,
I read he's
never
doing
mind, I
just
thought that was
Yeah.
Jax.
Apollo, I've been watching you grow over these past 2 years. That's why I know you're ready. Why I know I can leave Trucy in the office to you. I believe in you, Apollo.
Thank you. I'll be fine. Everything will be fine.
Idiot should have dragged him out here.
He's a responsible young man now. He never lost that loud voice, though. There you go. Now we can call it here. Also, get that golden sculpture while you have the chance.
That's what I was thinking of too. Here, you.
Alright, so we're going to call it quits here. We'll continue this escapade next time, but we'll join us in a little bit. We're going to jump right back in with Paper Mario. We are going to steal the moon!
Poke the spoder. Does it even do anything?
No.
Poke the spoder.
That is a big spider.
Apparently Phoenix is not scared of spooters.
No.
I mean, he dealt with a king. He dealt with what? A tiger, an orca.
He's dealt with multiple tigers, actually. Why are you continuing this?
I'm not. I'm curious.
Okay, so you save it here.
Yeah. Alright, folks. Taking a break. We'll be right back.